Hello, and a very Merry Christmas from Force 13 HQ. My name's Nathan Foy, the person who created the channel just over 6 years ago, and it continues to grow each and every year. We're decked up, as you can see, and I think I'm going to start doing this on the regular, some sort of Christmas speech, which I feel is particularly necessary this year. First of all, there hasn't been much going on in recent days because I've been ill again, which is a little surprise, but it appears I'm on the mend again now, which is just as well at this time of year. But I guess it's my duty during these speeches to thank everyone who has been involved in the project over the last 12 months, and of course all the viewers for watching our coverage and for participating in the streams and quite often helping us out in the chat section of our features as well during our live streams. Quite often information travels more quickly even through there than through us, but we like to think that we do a rather good service when we are in our live mode. 2018 is going to look fascinating, I think. We've got a lot of new plans for the coming year. I feel I've got a pretty good feeling about what's to come in 2018, and it's going to start hopefully pretty soon. The website is going to be, I don't really want to say relaunching, but it's currently in redevelopment, and the new look Force 13 websites will be hopefully in operation within the next month, and we'll also have some new interactive features on there as well, fingers crossed. So we're certainly looking forward to getting the website back up and running, and also we're looking forward to hopefully seeing some new graphics on our Storm update videos as well, and hopefully more frequent Storm updates too, and more regular and reliable service. I keep trying to make that my priority, but it's easier said than done, especially with a fairly small team. If you did ever want to join the team, you can always do so by sending us a message on our social mediums, or by adding Fool13 on Discord, Fool13 at extension 9094. And I guess in the last year it's been a rather interesting time. There's been a lot of storms, and obviously there's been a lot of hardship, and people have struggled through the year in many parts of the Caribbean and in the United States with Hurricane Harvey, Irma and Maria, and obviously other storms caused some damage as well, such as Nate, Ophelia and several others elsewhere in the world, which will probably end up being forgotten about in the shadow of those behemoths before it. However, there are two particular points I need to make in relation to data gathering and informing each other about what's going on, because in this world where news is getting more and more convoluted as to whether they are true or not in this day and age, one word against another quite often ensues, and what's been drawn to my attention in the last week is perhaps some rumblings on Wikipedia, and I believe that some of our users or viewers have started putting our data, which, as we know, I don't intend to ever be controversial, but quite often I have a different point of view, and we in the team express a different point of view to the officials, and some people have been putting that data on Wikipedia pages. I first and foremost have to say that I don't condone that. However, I find it rather interesting how there have been one or two notices put up recently, and how we are not a reliable source. I don't particularly mind that statement. I guess I take it as a bit of a compliment, because we've become so noticeable that has become an issue. I don't wish for it to be an issue though, but I can't help but notice when these comments are made that we are not the only so-called unreliable source that gets bandied about the Wikipedia pages, and it's disappointing sometimes to see the level of mild hypocrisy that occurs on those web pages when other references are used from commercial sites, from news agencies and tabloid newspapers even, which hardly have a reputable status. And I guess that's just my view on it. 37% of all references on the 2017 Pacific typhoon season, for instance, are not from reliable sources, but that's just one particular example. So I believe that singling us out for that particular issue is somewhat unfair. That is all I'm calling for, in particular, fairness. But we do always seek out what is true, and that may not be what everyone agrees with, and that's fine. But if anyone does have any concerns about that particular issue, then please start a dialogue and contact us, and I'll be more than happy to have a conversation. In the meantime, I guess there's more crackers to be pulled, more food to be consumed, and perhaps a little bit more drink to be consumed as well over the next day or two as we wrap up Christmas, as we wrapped down the presents earlier today, if anyone was lucky enough to get any. I know I was. But of course we'll be here no matter what, and we'll be following all of the storm situations throughout 2018 as well, as long as I am well enough to have a voice, which I barely am today. So until next time we meet, which who knows when that might be, hopefully very soon indeed, that's all from me for now. Have a great rest of your Christmas and a Happy New Year to 2018.